Hello world, hello beautiful people. My name is Yola and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I want to discuss a revelation, a message that just came to me that I was processing, and I was like, this is really good stuff. I have to share this. I came home after doing all my tasks this morning and I needed time for myself. I needed time to wind down after walking and speaking to so many people, and I realized that I need a break. I just need time to myself to just be by myself, to just be almost doing nothing. So I was like, okay, this is my last task at 11:15, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna head home. What happened was, when I came home, I was tired. It is so hot here. It is 85 to 90 degrees today. That's the temperature every day. And what I've realized is the last few days, I have a habit. Of when I get home, I go directly to my room, I turn on my fan, and I jump on my bed. It's an automatic habit at this point, right? And every single time, without fail, when I turn on my fan and I jump on my bed, I'm frustrated because the fan didn't turn on, because the fan is plugged out. Right? So today I'm frustrated and I'm like, who do I blame for this? Right? Now I'm looking for the culprit. So I'm like, the culprit is me. The culprit is me, right? Because then I retrace my steps and I remember this morning I had forgot to charge my phone last night. So I used the same plug that I used to plug in my fan to plug in my charger for my phone. So before I left my house this morning, I usually have about a full hour to get ready. So I was like, oh, I forgot to charge my phone last night. I'm gonna plug my phone in for the hour, get ready, and then take my phone with me so that I would have it throughout the day. Well, in doing that process, almost always, I unplug the fan unconsciously, right? I know in the moment, in the morning, when I see the fan unplug, I'm just like, oh, whatever, I need to use the charger right now, so I'm just gonna focus on this. But I forget to think about the future me who goes out into the very hot sun, she's outside for 4 hours in the hot sun. And then she comes home because she wants to cool down, relax, recalibrate with herself. And her immediate reaction is turn on the fan and jump on the bed simultaneous. I do it so much that it's just an automatic habit of mine. I flick on the fan and I'm already diving into the bed because I'm expecting the fan to then hit me while I'm relaxing on the bed, and I can breathe and I can, collect myself and process. And when the fan is off, there's this frustration that happens within me where I'm like, ah! Because I'm tired, I'm hot, I've been walking. And it's all of these things come up, and then it's who do I blame? And it's girl, it's you. It's you. So then I started thinking, okay, what am I gonna do differently in the future? And to myself, I started thinking, first of all, I'm gonna make sure that my phone is charged in the night so that in the morning, because I usually sleep with the fan on throughout the night, so that in the morning when I turn off the fan, it remains plugged in and I do not need to touch or use the charger that's attached to the same outlet as the fan. That's the first thing that I'm gonna do, is make sure my phone is charged. And I'm even gonna go another step, that before I leave my house, I'm gonna make sure I purposely take the time to check and make sure the fan is plugged in before I leave, so that the me who experiences all the heat and comes back home is able to relax and unwind quickly by turning on the fan and jumping into the bed, which is an automatic body reaction of mine, right? And I was like, wow, I'm so proud of myself for finding the solution to this problem that I was having, which was honestly just caused by my own negligence, me not paying attention enough to myself, to what I'm doing, right? But I pay enough attention to know that it was me who was causing myself frustration. And then I started thinking, and I was like, for the longest time, I'm gonna say since high school, I have always told people, you are your problem. Now, I'm way past high school, honey. And I take my own advice which allows me to find a lot of answers to the problems that I believe I'm experiencing. And what I realize is that our perspective and the speed that we are going and what we're doing, sometimes if you really slow down, you are the cause of your own problems and your frustration. And I feel like that's a tough pill to take. You know, I'm not saying that you're the cause of all of the problems that are going on with you, but I am saying that, like, the way that you move and what comes back to you is like, everything is connected. So if you feel like you're having a frustrating time, slow down to see what you are doing to contribute to you feeling frustrated, right? I was frustrated because the fan wasn't turned on because the me in the morning didn't care about the fan because she wasn't using it. She's focused on heading outside to start her morning walk, and she's forgetting that she's the same person who's gonna be coming back home and doing her unwinding immediately. And she's not thinking about the future version of herself. She's not thinking, hey, you know, it's a hot day every single day and I go through the same thing every single day. She's not thinking of how to give herself more ease. But this version of me who got fed up with my own lack of paying attention fully, and it's something small too, like this is not a big thing, but it's really deep. As I learn smaller things, I'm able to understand the bigger things. Then because I'm in this pattern of unraveling what it is that I've been doing, the message that came to my head clearly was, quit while you're ahead. That's the message. Quit while you're ahead. So then I started thinking to myself, and I was like, you know, when I was a younger being, I didn't understand what people meant when they said quit while you're ahead, right? Because as a kid, I thought if I'm ahead, I'm closer to winning, right? I was always focused on winning. So it's like, if I'm ahead, why would I quit? No, I'm gonna finish what I started. And what I've learned in my adulthood is that quit while you're ahead is quit doing things that are impacting you negatively while you're ahead in doing it. That's what it means. And this was a perfect example of that. Quit while I'm ahead. I need the fan on in the afternoon. So I need to quit unplugging the fan so that I have it in the afternoon. Do you get what I'm saying? Quit while I'm ahead. Quit doing the thing that is hindering me so that I can actually get ahead in the way that I want to be. So quit the nonsense that I've been doing for so long that I'm ahead in it. I'm a pro at it. And just stop it cold turkey. Just quit it. Quit it. Because I can. And it'll benefit me. So then I'm like, okay, quit while you're ahead. That message came through. Then I started thinking, what else has been frustrating me in my house? Or what else has been frustrating me recently? And the thing that has been frustrating me recently is the fact that I have a hallway in my house where there are cubbies, shelves. There are shelves in my hallway where I put things. And now I have a section where I have plants, and then I have my toiletries section, and I have my hair section. And basically, all of it is all mixed together. That's the point I'm trying to get to. My cubbies are all mixed together, and it has been driving me wild. Not in a big way, but subconsciously, it's been annoying me every single day. And yet, I haven't fixed it because I was making it seem like, to myself, I was making the situation seem like it was smaller and bigger than it is. Now, that probably sounds crazy. Let me explain. I was saying to myself, oh, you know, I don't like that. That irritates me. But like, it's so quick to fix that one of these days, I'm gonna set aside time to purposely just go through and fix it all. And I know it won't take more than 20 to 30 minutes of my time, but instead of me doing it right now when I don't want to because I'm tired in this state, right? Because I go through my day and then I'm tired and I'm looking at this thing that's irritating me and I'm like, not right now. Like, let me schedule it for another day or put it on a day when I'm cleaning everything and I'll just tack it on there. But it was irritating me every day. And it didn't take long to do. So I belittled it as in like, it's a small thing for me to do, so I shouldn't really worry about it, but it is irritating me. And then I made it a bigger deal thinking that I should wait until this day when I have all this energy or when I'm already in the mood of cleaning and when I'm cleaning to do it. So what happened was the message came to my head again, quit while you're ahead. So when that message came to me again, I was like, okay, that message has multiple meaning, right? I had first used it for the fan. Then I realized that little things add up. I keep saying this message, but it just keeps coming because it's intertwined with everything. So now I'm like, okay, little things add up, quit while I'm ahead. And in my head, I was like, okay, there's about 10 minutes before you have to head out, 15 minutes before you have to head out. What can you do right now to shift this situation that you've been experiencing that you know you don't like? So immediately I was like, okay, with all the things around being mixed together and stuff, there's also trash. And when I say trash, I mean like little paper here, little paper there, empty container here, empty container there. And it's just like hair pin over here. It's just little things that I was like, okay, like before I leave my house, I'm gonna organize this section, or I'm gonna put all my makeup together. I'm gonna put all my deodorant and my lotion together. I'm gonna put all my hair products like in the same area, basically. And then when I started doing that, I was like, you know, just collecting all the bottles that are similar and putting them in a pile, that did not take me long at all. It didn't even take me 5 minutes to do that. And already the frustration that I was having with seeing my home in a slight disarray was being handled. Less than 5 minutes, it was being handled. And I was like, wow. What I didn't realize within myself is I was waiting for it to get worse. That's the truth. I said the reason why I wanted to wait, and that's the word too, the reason why I wanted to wait until it got worse is so that I could purposely spend all this time fixing it, not knowing and not remembering and not thinking that, hey, I can do little things now to fix it so that I don't even need to schedule a day and set aside 30 minutes or more to do the cleaning that I could do had I broken it up day by day and did little by little. So then I was like, wow, quit while I'm ahead. I need to quit waiting. I need to quit waiting for things to get worse. That's what the message is. I need to quit waiting for things to get worse. How many of us see a situation, we don't like the situation, but then we sit there and we wait for the situation to get really, 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 really bad, instead of just quitting right there? And I feel like this message is so passionate to me because throughout life, I continue to end up in predicaments where I have to remember my autonomy and my freedom and the fact that I could just stop right here. I could just stop right now. And then the analogy that came to my mind is you're in an Uber, right? You have the GPS in your phone of where you're going, right? Personally, if that Uber person is to take the wrong road that is not clearly stated on my phone, in that second, I'm voicing, you're going the wrong way. I'm not gonna wait for this Uber driver to do what they're doing and to end up taking me wherever they wanna take me. No. No. I'm quitting you while we're ahead, right? You wanna be bold and take the wrong turn? I'm gonna stop you right there. And I'm prepared to open this car door and get out your car if you don't want to follow the instructions that are clearly on your phone and my phone to take me to where I'm going. Okay? In that scenario too, I was like, a part of it too, with quitting while you're ahead, is knowing that you don't want it to get worse. You don't even want it to get bad. Like, that's just not an option for you. Seriously, I no longer want to see worse. You ever tell somebody something that you're going through and they'll be like, oh, but it could be worse? And I forever hate that phrase, but I completely understand it because it's true and it's teaching you to be grateful in things. But it's like, I don't want it to be worse. I'm not gonna sit around and wait till it becomes that. I'm not that girl. Absolutely not. We're gonna actually cut it off here. It's just like, if somebody treats you poorly, I'm not gonna sit around and see how long you're gonna treat me poorly, or wait for years to go by of us being in a sort of relationship to see how terrible of a person you are. Like, no. You treated me poorly, we're done. There's billions of other people, we're done. I'm quitting while I see what's ahead. I already see what's ahead. What am I gonna keep driving down this road for? Right? It's just like if they say traffic ahead, what they're telling you is you can exit and drive on the back roads now, or you could keep going forward and you're gonna be in traffic. It's gonna take you another hour to get where you're going. But if you know the back roads, it might take you 30 minutes, right? They're giving you that option. In life, you're not always gonna be told what options you have. You just have to know that you have options and that you have the choice to quit while you're ahead. You don't like where you're at right now in life? Quit. What I've learned and what I'm seeing in my mind right now is I'm in a car, right? Let's think of your life right now as a car. You're in the car is being driven, you don't like where it's going. Turn off the ignition of the car, get out the car. Get out that car. Get into a new car that is heading in another direction that you want to go. And I know in somebody's mind, they're probably thinking like, I could do that? Yeah, you could do that. You could quit while you ahead. You could turn off the ignition cold flat, stop the car right there and say, you know what, I ain't getting back in this car. You know what, this car ain't for me. This car ain't taking me to where I want to go. And then you know what you can do? You can hail you a cab. Yup, you can see the bus heading that way and be like, that's the way you want to go. And get on the bus and see where that bus end up. Because this car right here that's been heading this way, that's not for you. That's not for you. And you know it's not for you. You've been in the car long enough to know that it's not taking you to where you want to go. So turn off the ignition and get out the car. If you don't know how to turn the ignition off, get your body out the car and understand that there are more cars that you can get in to get to where you're going. There are more modes of transportation. So quit while you're ahead. Also, quit waiting for things to get worse when they're already bad. If it ain't good, quit it while you're there. You see that it ain't good. You see that you don't like it. Just quit it. Quit being that person's friend. You already know you don't like them. You know you don't like the way they move. You know you don't like the way that they're always in drama. You know you don't like the way that they're always talking shit. So, what you gonna do? Think that they're gonna change overnight? You think that if you sit around long enough and years go by that you're hopeful that something will come out of thin air? Like, no. It's up to you to decide what it is that you're gonna quit on. For me, I decided to quit waiting for my house to get dirtier. That's a thing, right? I love a clean house. I love a clean house. And I promise you, almost every single day, I'm cleaning something in my house. And that doesn't mean that I'm dirty. It just means that I live in my house and my bed needs to be spread, right? My pillows need to be refluffed, right? I love to do activities on my floor like stretching, so my floors need to be swept. And then it's like I go on runs, I'm wearing shoes, I'm picking up dirt and all types of stuff, and it's like I need to sweep. I have a cat, he has fur, I need to clean. Like, it's just a thing that I need to do. I find that a lot of the times, the mood that I'm in is a reflection of how I'm treating not only myself, but my home. Because my home is a part of me, it's a reflection of me. So when I look at something in my home and I'm like, I don't like that, and I leave it alone, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the day where it really gets on my nerves. I'm waiting for it to basically get worse and for me to get so fed up that I'm like, ah! And then I solve it. When I don't have to reach the point of raw, I could just be like, you know what, I don't like that, I'm gonna move that right now. You know what, I don't like that, I'm gonna move that tonight before I go to sleep. You know what, I don't like that, I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes and see how much of it I could fix. I'm gonna see how I can adjust it. You know what, I don't like the fact that my floors don't look that clean, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep it right now. Right now, I wanna stop my house from becoming as dirty as it can be. Because I don't want it to be dirty. What I'm realizing is as I slow down and as I assess and look at things and observe my emotions and how I'm feeling, what I have realized is that our emotions are an indication that something may need to change. That's what it indicates. And when I felt frustration, what that meant is something needs to change, right? I need to be a bit more conscious of myself, for myself. What I'm learning is that as we work on ourselves, everything we do for ourselves reflects in our relationships, reflects in the world, and reflects in how we show up, and reflects in who we become. So I'm becoming somebody who pays attention to even smaller and smaller details. I'm able to zoom in and to see exactly what the thing is that isn't working, right? Because some people will tell you, oh, it's this, and they have 15 things that they think aren't working, when the truth is, the one thing that isn't working is they're not getting up early enough. Or the one thing that isn't working is they're sitting around waiting for it to get worse. They're not leaving quickly enough. They're not changing direction when they can. They're not looking for the opportunities or listening to the fact that there is an opportunity. Because they're so focused on, this is where I'm at, this is what it is, this is what I'm gonna stick out, even though I know I hate it, even though I know I don't like it. But they're not thinking, I could quit right now. I could say I'm done with this today. This all came to me while I was decompressing after my walk in my heat. And it started from something small. It started from me jumping in my bed after turning on my fan and then feeling frustrated, realizing that I had caused that for myself this morning when I was charging my phone. Then I was like, okay, my house is unorganized and I need to set aside time to clean it. When the truth is, I could try to do what I could do now so that I don't even have to wait for it to get worse. And now I feel even better than I did this morning. This morning, I felt really good before I left my house. And then when I came back home, there was just so many things that needed to be adjusted in my house. I adjusted one thing, and then I adjusted another thing, and before you know it, my entire home space has changed. And I feel like I finally understand that quitting while I'm ahead is the answer. Quit wrecking yourself while you are wrecking yourself. I hope that this video was informative. I hope it was helpful. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been my pleasure. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Peace.